Alright, Shalom to the elect of Israel. All praises, honor, and glory belongs to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that read well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect of Israel. And this lesson is going into this article that came out a couple days ago. And it says Trump officials are suddenly buying Doomsday bunkers. All right, and this is no surprise to us. All right, here, they have the doctrine and teach the doctrine of Great Millstone. There's no surprise to us. All right, that speak, teach, and believe the doctrine of Great Millstone. Right, it says Trump officials are suddenly buying Doomsday bunkers, and this should let you know that we're close to that time, man. All right, and Doomsday, all right, is really going into the day of the Lord, okay? That's Doomsday, all right? When Yahweh Shai returns with the chariots and when the nuclear missiles destroy America. The thermonuclear missiles destroy America, okay? It's so, just reading a little bit of it, it says at least 2 members of the president's cabinet have recently purchased bomb-proof bunkers. Ron Hubbard, the creator of Atlas Survival Shelters, told the Telegraph over the weekend that orders have gone up tenfold since the United States and Israel attacked Iran earlier this month. And I mean, it makes sense, because what's the name, Iran, in the scriptures it talks about Iran shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. Real quick, 2 Kings 15:33, just a lesson on this. It says, and from the land of the Assyrians shall the, verse 30, Salakia. Also the Carmanians, Iranians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them. Here's the point. And shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians, which is America. Okay, in this case. Iran is also going to have nuclear missiles and shoot it on America. So let me get another precept real quick, and I'm going to get back to the article. Joel chapter 3. Verse 10, beat your plowshares and the swords and your pruning hooks and the spears. Let the weak or insignificant nations say, I am strong, by having nuclear capabilities. Back to the article, right? So it makes sense, of why they want to, buy bunkers, because they know what's coming. They can feel it in the air. And this is the destruction the Lord has prophesied through the mouths of his holy prophets, man. Okay? And starting with our apostles, the elders of Great Millstone here, we've been telling you people that nuclear destruction is coming. All right. And Joel 2 and 1 to talk about blow the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in his holy mountain. Meaning give the warning. All right. The day of the Lord cometh and it's nigh at hand. Meaning it's near. So hold on. Salakia. It's raining, so it's kind of hard a little bit to grip the screen. It says, I've been inundated with calls, said Hubbard, but among his ancient clientele are 2 chief members of Donald Trump's team. According to the shelter maker, one of them texted me yesterday asking me, when will my bunker be ready? He told the Telegraph. All right. It says, Hubbard constructs hundreds of galvanized steel shelters each year at Atlas's factory in Sulphur Springs, Texas. Its catalog offers underground shelter options from tornado bunkers to hidden gun rooms with prices ranging from $200,000 to $5 million. On the higher end of the spectrum, so this person, right, this catalog has shelters, okay, underground bunkers rather, with all different types of room and, made for different types of events, like a tornado, etc. And it has a big price on it. It says, on the higher end of the spectrum, Atlas's bunkers can come with practically every amenity imaginable. All right, this guy named Hubbard, he makes these bunkers here, saying, right, each year he makes hundreds of them at Atlas's factory in a place called Sulphur Springs in Texas. And in them, it says Atlas's bunkers can come with practically every amenity imaginable, including mud rooms, swimming pools, cinemas, armories, and ranges. It says, and right now, business is booming. The company has, Slakia, I don't know why it's getting hard to fucking grip the screen, but it says, and right now, business is booming. The company has so far averaged $2 million a month in sales for 2026, but Hubbard predicts that could jump to as much as $50 million next month. You see, so I mean, you see what time we in, okay? You see what time it is, all right? So the day of the Lord is near, man. All right, the day of the Lord is very near. Joel 2:1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm on my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai cometh. For it is nigh at hand. So that day that the nuclear missiles are shot and Yahweh Shai returns is near. And the Lord, you know, and all you scoffers that talk about where is Yahweh Shai's return, as it says in 2 Peter 3, you about to see. 2 Peter 3 and 4, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. Well, you about to find out, all right, where you know, Yahweh, you about to find out that, you know, Yahweh Shai coming back quick. You about to find out, man. You really about to find out. And the Lord is giving Jake time still. 2 Peter 3 and 9, the Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. Okay? So, you know, the Lord is not he's not gonna drag his feet. Okay, he's not dragging his feet, but he's giving Jake time to repent, you know. As you see, all hell hasn't totally broken loose. Alright? But we get in there. We definitely get in there, man. The world is not the same. The world is not, that's a lesson in itself. The world is not the same. You know, brothers could do a lesson on that. Shoot. Alright? But as you see, these top officials are buying bunkers, and I tell you now, that is not for no reason. That is not a coincidence. So I'm gonna end it with these couple scriptures here in Revelation, the 6th chapter. Revelation chapter 6, starting in verse 12. Right? It says, and I beheld, and this is the Apostle John, all right, these visions, all right, that were shown to him, all right, to write down, and we have them, you know, the understanding of them here today. It says, and I beheld when he had opened the 6th seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and this is talking about the nuclear destruction. Those missiles are going to shake the earth to and fro like a drunkard, and as Isaiah 24 talks about, in 2 Ezra 16, all right, and 13 as well, you know, 2 Ezra 16 and 13, it says, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. As you will have these solar eclipses, and you will have these blood moons, which are signs that we're getting closer to that day. All right, and we've had them, man. We've had them. I remember a solar eclipse that happened some years ago, a couple years ago. All right, maybe 2 years ago. Yeah, it was something major. Everybody had glasses. They was trying to see it. Verse 13, and they don't even know what it means. Verse 13, and the stars of heaven fell onto the earth, even as the fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind. And those stars of heaven is talking about the nuclear missiles dropping on the earth, hitting the earth. That's second death. Verse 14, and the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together. Those mushroom clouds, because they look just like a scroll, you know, being rolled together. After, you know, it explodes, it says, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. Because when this destruction hits, you know, you're going to have some islands and mountains, you know, gone. All right? And even after the destruction, you know, new things are going to arise, new mountains, new islands and things, all right, etc. The map is going to change, but when this destruction hits, it's going to be islands and things, you know, gone afterwards. Verse 15, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb, for the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? And what this means is that they're going to go into their these elites, all right, these higher ups, they're going to go into those nuclear bunkers, you know, those underground bunkers, all right, and you know, they're going to run into there from the destruction, you know, they're going to try to, and the elites are going to survive the destruction, okay, And you know, because afterwards we're gonna take their asses right into slavery. They're not gonna come up and start a new world. No, the next world is ours, man. As it's written, Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. The next world is ours. It is not theirs. We Israelites, the next world is ours, man. As I said, right, our forefather Jacob, he ain't hold on to Esau's heel for nothing. So Psalms 149, get right to the point. Verse 7 and 8, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. See, and that's what we're going to do. You know, we're going to round these elites, all right, and these rulers of these heathens up, and we're going to take their asses right into slavery. We're going to come down and, you know, in them new bodies, we're going to snatch them right out of them bunkers, man. Jeremiah 16:16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith Yahweh, and they shall fish them. And that's going on right now. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. All right. Elect is going to go and take these elites, all right, out of hiding, man. They're gonna snatch them right out of them bunkers, man, and put their asses right in slavery. Okay. Amos 9:2. It says, though they dig into hell, though they dig into the underground, all right, with those bunkers, or they go there, thence shall my hand take them. The elect gonna go down there and bring them up, put them in slavery. The elites, it says, though they climb up to heaven, because they have their space stations and everything, you know. It says, thence will I bring them down. You know, that's what's gonna happen. Thence, hey, it says, thence will I bring them down, man. You know, and the elect gonna go up there and drag their asses right down. You know, so hey, that's what it's gonna be. That's what it's gonna be. All right, and that's gonna show you the elites. They might see the nuclear destruction. They might see the elect, you know, getting beamed up into the chariot, etc. Because they're gonna be in them international space stations. They're not going to get hit with the destruction because they're going to be the first group of slaves, man. So, you know, I wanted to do a lesson on that. All right, but we got next, man. Okay, it's over for these people. We got next. All right, so it's no coincidence why they're going in underground hiding and everything in the bunkers. They know what's coming, the nuclear destruction. And the elect is going to get delivered and be in a chariot and be in the safest place possible. But these elites is going into slavery, man. All right? Esau ain't going to rule no more after this. So with that, shalom to the elect.